Well, absolutely beautiful day here in South Georgia, 95 degrees, September the 22nd. We are running with the bulls. Hang on. All right, fellas. Running with the bulls, man. See, we got a Jagger Pro trap on the back. Let's look out this other window. There you go. Look at that mirror. So we are bringing a trap into a bait site that we've done a video on. Hogs are coming to it. It's our group of 15 to 17. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. There's a big ditch up here. But they're not consistent at all. They're hit and miss. So much food out here right now. Farmers are really working the peanuts. A lot of farmers have already finished their peanuts. Now they're working on cotton. So super dry. I mean, super dry. Scary dry, really. Like Smokey the Bear. Probably got a bunch of signs up right now. But so anyway, so we got Big Girl here. Got the diesel out today. And we're going to ease back in here with this Jagger Pro. We basically moved it about 700 yards, but that direction, the only way to get to it is to drive through these pastures. A bunch of fencing have caused the hogs not to actually be able to get near the trap, at least not this hogs. So been on this property for years and years. So we're going to give you a little bit more footage, and it's a really nice day. Low humidity for us today, and I've got a crop duster over here spraying cotton, so hopefully he won't decide to land on us. Yeah, look at him go. Here comes the plane. That little short dude on that TV show, the plane. All right, so we're off in this little ditch. Best part about these older diesels is you can actually hear them work. So here we go. I can hear that turbo kick in. So we're here at the bait site that we've already done a video on. Normally we're not this lucky that we can actually back right up to where we're going to put the trap. We have a feeder on the trailer from where the trap was at. So the trap was about 700 yards that way, but due to a lot of new fencing, the hogs are not migrating around this 200-acre field. So we're having to accommodate the hogs, which is what you got to do in trapping. It's not about our comfort, it's about their comfort. So we're bringing this girl over here for her new semi-permanent home. Going ahead and put her up in here. We brought a feeder in a couple weeks ago, so we're just going to take that feeder back to the shop and basically put the whole trap up, put the big pole up, put the outside camera up, and just open up a couple panels. We don't anticipate being able to trap these hogs right now. It may not be a while before we can trap them. Lots going on, and it's super, super, super dry. I mean, just like crazy dry. They're needing water bad, and it's 95 degrees. And so right now, where are they at? Somewhere where there's water. So they migrate a lot around this 200-acre field. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop up some steel, get everything rolling, and get back to you. So hang on. All right, as you can see, we got the trap up. Really doesn't take long. Nobody's here with me today in person. Got plenty of people backing me, supporting me, but they're just not here. The trailers we designed for the business make it really easy to get them on and off. Small trailer, light trailer. Don't want a big heavy trailer. It's dry, like I said, but a light trailer is really good. The way we design them, a full Jagger Pro trap, we can pop it off the ball and move the trailer with like 2 fingers. So it's completely perfectly balanced, which is horrible for towing. Throw a couple bags of corn on the front and it's perfect. But that way, if you get in a tight spot and you can't back your truck up or your gator or whatever, then you can just move it with your hand, spin it around, rehook it back up, take off and go. So what we've done is we put all 12 panels up, took the gate apart. We'll show you that real quick. Whether it is the oldest gate, the second gate, or the third gate. This is the second gate. The first two gates, 4 bolts, gate pops apart, comes in 4 pieces. The newest gate just has 2 bolts, but breaks apart in 4 pieces. Kind of show you how we do it. We use the frame, not the actual gate itself. We pin it in, and then we get all of our panels up. You'll see the design of this trap is oval, not round. We don't like a round trap, we like oval. Why? We want as much distance from back here where the feeder's gonna be to where that's at. So yes, we have to move the feeder. It would not work logistically with the trees and everything else in here to leave the feeder where it's at. Hogs do not like change. But again, we're looking at trapping these hogs probably a couple months from now. So right now, it's get the steel up, give them a couple extra openings, hit the road. So let me buzz you around. As you can see, we took the gate apart. Like I said, it's just held together by 4 bolts. And these 2 big rods here. And then we set that frame up because you can move that frame around real easy. Okay? And then you see how we just kind of put it up. Once you get all 12 panels up, the best way that we found is just to kind of lean back against it and kind of take your butt and push it. And you just don't want any real hard corners, meaning the joints as real hard corners. You don't want that. A little bit of a bend is nice. So we're gonna have to move the feeder back up in here. So the gate is 6 o'clock in our minds. The feeder pole is going to be up here at 12 o'clock, our big pole, which is leaning up against a tree. It's going to be really fun digging a post hole digger for that, as hard as this dirt is right now. We cut down a little tree. We left that up. Why? Because they're going to rub on it, and that's what we want. So our feeder is going to be back in this direction here, and that'll give us plenty distance between that and the gate. And then when we have to get to the trap for maintenance or to remove hogs, we've got an electric fence to deal with right over there. Right now, we've just got the electric fence down. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea. We're gonna keep on going. We gotta pull our ice camera down that's been watching the bait site and basically dump the feeder, move it up here, mount the big pole up here, put the gate back together. We're going to T-post our gate in, and then we'll be cooking with gas, if I can talk, diesel and propane. Hang on. So we're making progress. One of the most important things that we think is camera angle. We run 2 cameras on every YegaPro trap. One up here, one at the gate. The little advice is, I would set this camera before you set your feeder. So we've already dug the hole for the big pole. Camera's up, we're making adjustments, looking at angle. We like a lot of height to our camera, but if I can't get what I want out of it, then I can move this feeder over, I can move it back, I can pull it forward before I T-post it in, Gorilla Tape the legs in. Something we've learned over the years that, you know, we'll set the feeder and the next thing you know, we got to move the pole. And you may be like, hey, what's the big deal? This is the only thing, these 2 cameras are the only way for us to see what's inside this system and outside this system. These are our eyes. And so if you're 25 miles away like we are from this trap, we don't have time to go up here and make an adjustment, and we don't want to put a human scent. So let me buzz you around and kind of show you what we've done. Kind of getting things set up. We're just about done. I've been working on this camera here. Haven't established the feeder where it's going to be permanently yet. So as you can see, we've got our ice camera on the outside of the gate. Okay, so it's seeing in about like that. So if we turn around, that's kind of about what the ice camera will see. A lot of times hogs will go by these traps, never go in, but we see them go by. Now, got a little pinch point there, as we call it. We wanted that right up against that old dead tree. We're going to leave this brush in. And then we've actually got some trees that we removed here and here that we're going to chop into smaller pieces. They're laying over there, and we're just going to kind of scatter them around and just kind of give them not much choice but to come through this area. Now we are going to pull a panel out on that side and pull a panel out on probably that one right there before we leave today. So you kind of see how we've got everything. Big poles up. Now all this corn is not strategically located. Don't care at this point. We're not trapping here yet. We just dump the feeder. It's corn for them to let them get comfortable. One thing I wanted to show you, it's really important when you're out here working in the field and you think that you might drop something and lose it, carry a magnet with you. Also, kit. It's got extra nuts, bolts, screws, washers, lock washers, everything that you can imagine. You end up basically, I mean, it's a Napa truck, as I call it. There's our trapping bag. Looking for a piece a while ago. And we've been working over the top of this electric fence all day. So far, we've made a big step. So let's get this camera angle down, and hopefully we'll be out of here soon, because we're about ready to run out of daylight. Hang on. Okay, we got her done. I'm very particular about camera angle. Huge deal. Because again, it's the only thing that we have is the angle of these two cameras to watch what's going on. So the gate was set, T-posts were in. We have a wrapping system. We use really large zip ties and some Gorilla tape. We've done it in other videos that explained it, how our gates go in with these T-posts. I wasn't happy with it. So actually I tore all that apart, had to get the T-post puller out. This ground is really hard since we've had no rain. And moved the gate back about 1.5 feet, which for some might be crazy. If the boys were here, they would say I was crazy. But moved it back 1.5 feet, just did not like the angle I was getting from the mine camera. So everything is set, got the gate reset. Right now we're gonna leave the ice camera alone. It's a little closer to the ice camera, but we're gonna let it ride and see what happens. Now, I'm gonna buzz you around, show you, we've stacked brush. We're not trying to camouflage the trap. There's no point in that, in our opinion. These are cattle hogs, what we call cattle hogs. So they are very used to dealing with fencing and navigating around fencing, but some hogs aren't, like swamp hogs. They're not used to fencing. So fencing kind of really sets them off. What we've done is stacked up some brush. The last thing we're gonna do is remove 2 panels, that one and that one. So we'll call it 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. The gate will be open. We've baited through the gate, never bait through an open panel. And the brush is there. So they got to kind of navigate over the brush. We've really brushed up this one entry point to the side of the gate, so they can't basically get through there. If you start to see hogs pushing through a lot of brush to get into a trap, that's probably where your gate should be. It's kind of a little indicator for us. So we're gonna let this ride. A lot of human scent in here. Beautiful day here in South Georgia, in my opinion. 95 degrees. I'm still on my first shirt for the day, so that's a big plus. So hang on, here we go. So you can see kind of how she looks. Again, this corn would normally not be here. That's just from the feeder dump. And there's your mine texting camera on the hog cutter big pole. And then you'll notice that this trap is a little lean on this side, meaning there's not a lot on this side, and you got this big corner over here. Big comfort corner for them. So our camera angle is giving us a little bit of, let me try to see if I can give you camera angle. Camera angle is really about that. So what we're doing is we're picking up that tree right there, and we're more focused on this dark corner over here. The little tree that we cut down will be good for them to rub on. It's also a good indicator. Now, the dip in the landscape is messing with camera angle. Some of you are like, okay, shut up now. But for you that are into wanting to figure it all out, it's camera angle is where it's at. This dip, I like the dip because this will get water in it. We get a lot of rain. This is going to turn into a little mud hole for them. And hogs love mud. So hopefully the video helps. A lot of food sources out there right now. Tons of food sources, but it's dry. but they've got plenty of peanuts. One thing to understand is that when the ground is really hard and the farmers are plowing up their peanuts, if it's a non-irrigated field, the ground is really, really hard, you're going to get a lot of peanuts left over, okay? Meaning there's going to be a lot of peanuts left in the field. If it's a field that's been irrigated a lot and has an irrigation system, the ground will be that hard and the peanuts come up easier. Only makes logical sense. But if you have a field that you're trapping next to and it's non-irrigated and there was a lot of peanuts, big surprise, you're going to have a lot of food source in that field. Right over there is a 200-acre field, which is cotton. That will be peanuts next April. So what are we doing here? Getting ready for April, pretty much. So I got to put a wiggle in it, get out of here. We're losing daylight. Got to say hi and bye to the cows. I did get to meet the landowner, so we don't work for the guy that owns this land. We work for somebody else, but he's letting us trap here, which happens a lot with our business. We trap on other people's lands. They don't pay us, but we are working for someone else. Really cool, really awesome to see farmers working together. Can't say enough about that. Working together to fight the fight. Conversation about the electric fence. The first video we said, leave it like you found it. I assured him that the electric fence will be back up and running, and yes, don't touch it. He says it's got some serious, significant juice to it. And don't run over any calves coming in and out, because he's starting to have a lot of calves and they'll just lay there and let a diesel run over them. These are all considerations that you got to do when you're on someone else's land. Respect the property, respect the landowner, all the above. Treat it like it's yours. And as my daddy always said, and I'll leave you on this note, leave it better than the way you found it. Hope the video helps. Give us feedback.